All right. Welcome to another video with the Magic Truck Guy. That's me. Today we've got Avatar, The Last Airbender. Now let's see if we can pull some of these top cards. Alright, I guess I'm going to make this a thing in every single video, but until Wizards, maybe they'll listen to me, maybe they won't, but I used to collect these, and it was awesome, and the artwork is awesome, but yeah, this part, amazing. This part, I don't understand why can't they just put the advertisement on the back? I don't know. Yeah. Well, whatever. I guess that's my thing now. But, okay. We have Avatar, The Last Airbender. Let's go. Let's go. Badgermole Cub. We're looking for Washi Tongue, Appa. Okay. We'll start out slowly. June, Bounty Hunter. If I see one of the abilities, we'll call it out here in... Alright. Okay, so let's see. That's our rare already. And then we got uncommon, uncommon, uncommon. Okay, Merchant of Many Hats. We got one hat on them. Okay, Waterbend 2. Okay, so here's waterbending. Well, paying a waterbend cost, you can tap your artifacts and creatures to help. Each one pays for one. Okay, and I think waterbending, they're all slightly different. Here's our first example of Earthbend. Target land you control becomes a 0/0 creature with haste that's still a land. Put 2+1/+1 counters on it when it dies or is exiled, or return it to the battlefield. That's important, so we don't have to worry about Armageddon or some kind of land destruction taking out your lands, I guess. Okay, interesting. As we see the different bending abilities, we'll try to stop and go through it a little slower. Okay, foily common. Fire Nation Drill, okay. When it enters, you may tap it. When you do, destroy target creature with power 4 or less. That seems pretty good. That's pretty good. Hunt. Okay, firebending. Firebending we haven't covered yet. So when this creature attacks, add 2 red mana. This mana lasts until end of combat. So firebending is great if you're holding on to an instant, or if you have an exhaust ability that you can use. It's excellent, excellent for those types of builds. Another waterbend here. Okay. Me personally, I think we haven't seen it yet, but I think airbending is the strongest, and it's essentially removal. We haven't gotten to it yet. Let's see here. Foily common. We got the Zookeeper. Each non-human creature you control gets +1/+1 for each of its creature types, up to a maximum of 10. Interesting. Okay, double rare pack. Earth and Ally. Earthbend 5. Okay. Okay. Okay, perfect. Right on time. So here we have Aang, and when he enters airbend up to one other target non-land permanent, exile it. While it's exiled, its owner may cast it for 2 rather than its mana cost. So it's a little bit of tempo mixed in there. You are, getting rid of your opponent's best permanent. Otherwise, I suppose you could also use it on your own board. If you had something with an ETB, that would definitely be helpful to airbend your own permanent, and then okay. Wait a second here. We got a full art land. It's okay. That's beautiful. All right, I love that. White Lotus Hideout, mana fixer, foily uncommon, and we got the wall. There we go. All right. So the walls of Ba Sing Se, Defender. Other permanents you control have indestructible 0/30. And that's going to fit perfectly in one of my friends. He has a deck where when you attack, the commander makes it so that you deal damage according to the creature's toughness. So I'm sure he would love that card. Our first mythic. All right. First mythic. Put that over to the side. Okay, double Ba Sing Se. All right. Okay, earthbend ability on there. Nice. The tank, Team Avatar. Fire Nation Warship. The Corrupt Court Official. Enters target opponent, discards a card. Okay, pretty strong. Rumble Arena. I think these lands have a lot of value, and scrying is super important. I mean, it can help you out and make sure that your next draw is going to be something that you actually need. So these lands are pretty amazing, and the fact that this has vigilance doesn't seem like it seems a little strange, but with earthbending now, you could make your Rumble Arena into a creature. And so it could potentially be a very strong creature. Ally token. Crashing Wave Foily. Love it. Okay, Angswith Savior, Flash Flying, airbend up to one other target creature or spell. Okay, very strong, great card. Double rare pack. Realm of Ko. Okay. Secretariat, Twin Blades, Glider. And let's take a quick peek. Actually, let's see. Let's take a quick peek at the uncommons. Okay, currently no uncommons that are really, really stand out. Nothing over $2. No commons over $2. Oh, yeah. All the value seems to be in the mythic and the rare spots right now. So piles are control here. Okay, back to the action. Pretending pause. Oh, the badgermole teasing us with the. Alright, let's go. Okay, foily Sunblast. Foily double foil. Okay, Rise of Sozin. Mythic Saga, destroy all creatures. Choose a card. Okay. And then Transformed Firelord. Firebending 3. And when it deals combat damage to a player, you may pay X. When you do, put any number of target creature cards with total mana value X or less from that player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Okay, perfect. So really good synergy there. Destroy all creatures, and then you're going to bring something back where X is less. And you have the firebending as well to pay for the X. So really good synergy there. Okay, 2 mythics already. All right, we're on a roll here. We're on a roll. Food token. Full art forest. So that's a different full art there. Interesting. Foily common. Okay, all right. We are popping off the mythics today. Here we go. The Legend of Kyoshi. Draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. Earthbend X, where X is the number of cards in your hand. That land becomes an island in addition to its other types. Interesting. Okay. So once it's transformed, Avatar Kyoshi. Lands you control have trample and hexproof. Add X mana of any one color, where X is the greatest power among creatures you. So, you know, you get 5 right away with that. So that's pretty impressive card. Pretty strong mythic there. Okay, we got our first kind of variant here. We got a borderless Fire Nation attacks. Create 2/2 red soldier creature tokens with firebending. Okay. First borderless. Okay. Well, we are, I don't know, comment down below, you know, how many mythics have you opened from a box? Has anybody, I think maybe 5 might be the most I've ever gotten from any one box. Ozai's Cruelty, somebody's been hitting the gym. Oh, yeah. Thanksgiving's coming up, bro. You're not going to have those abs for long. Momo, Friendly Flyer. 1/1 flyer for 1, pretty strong. And whenever another creature you control with flying enters. Okay, so he has kind of like a prowess ability if you play another creature with flying. So pretty strong. Okay, for an uncommon card, this has a really strong firebending ability X, where it's the number of creatures you control. And then it has, for 5, you can make more creatures, so that is a pretty strong uncommon there. Okay, another Ozai, regular version. Somebody's been working out. Got the abs. Okay. Well, this is another thing with this set. So they brought back Lesson, and that is going to tie in with a few cards here. Well, we haven't seen any of them quite yet, but it'll say target creature gets +1/+0 depending on how many lessons you've cast and how many are in your graveyard, something of that. Just a blank, just a blank card there. Perfect. Full art island. We got the foily uncommon. What do we got? The lion turtle, vigilance reach. When it enters, gain 3 life. The turtle cannot attack or block. Okay, that's exactly what I was just talking about. So the lion turtle, it's a 3/6, which seems pretty outrageous for only 3 mana, but then you see the drawback here is you have to have the lesson cards in your graveyard. So Okay, double rare pack. When the Earth King enters, create a 4/4 green bear. Okay, okay. Landfall decks are gonna love that card. That's okay. Pretty strong cards there. We're gonna move through the commons and uncommons pretty quick here. Just most of them are really not seeing a ton of value, but we'll just move through those quicker. Badgermole, that's what we want to see. We want to see that badgermole foil. My Scornful Striker. Whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, they lose 2 life. Interesting. Okay. Unk. We got Unk. Firebending lesson spells that you cast cost 1 less. Okay, pretty strong uncommon. There's your lesson that fits into any deck there. The colorless lesson. Lost Days foily. Oh, there we go. All right. Yeah, we got the Bird Spirit, Wan Shi Tong, the Librarian, Flash Flying Vigilance. When it enters, put X +1/+1 counters on him. Then draw half X cards rounded down. Whenever an opponent searches their library, put a +1/+1 counter on him and draw a card. Okay, outstanding. There we go. Let's go. Now it is possible to get cards from the Eternal in this format with just the regular play booster, but it's pretty rare. Daily, foily, uncommon, elemental teaching. Search your library for up to 4 lands with different names. Reveal them. Put the chosen cards in your graveyard and the rest on the battlefield. Okay, good landfall. Good for land. We got the double Daily. Double Daily with the big palm. Okay, just quickly go through these. Okay, Rumble Arena. There we go. Love that card. Okay, Wartime Protesters. Haste. Whenever another ally you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature, and it gains haste until end of turn. Okay, pretty strong. You can have some big turns with that, especially with all the token creation and most of them being ally. You can have some pretty strong cards there. Azula always lies. Well, stop listening to her then if she's always lying. Boom. Alright. Okay, we got some pretty big hits here. We're already up to 4 mythics, and let's go. I mean, there's no reason why we can't get 4 more. Right? We got the foily Foggy Bottom. Say that 3 times fast. Bossing Say, foily. Alright, I love it. We Fire Lord Azula. Okay. Firebending 2, whenever you cast a spell while Fire Lord Azula is attacking, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. So that can get out of control pretty quickly, especially if it's removal. And taking out, oh, okay, okay. I don't know if we've seen that before. So we had 3 rares in this pack. All right, there we go, 3 rares. Wow, okay, triple rare pack. There we go. Yeah, I don't, it's been a long time since I've seen a triple rare pack. Foggy Bottom, normal. Toph, the Blind Bandit. Boiling Rock Rioter. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Let's see. Let's take a quick look. He's not. Let's see here. Okay. Nope, he's not. Not even on that first page there. The Boiling Rock. The Last Angie Kai. Target creature you control fights target creature and opponent controls. If the creature the opponent controls is dealt excess damage, add that much red mana. Until end of turn, you don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. Okay. Interesting. And then you would be able to copy that. So with our previous, let's see. Yeah, with the Fire Lord, you'd be able to copy that. That was... pretty strong. Foily North Pole. Abandon Attachments. Yui the Moon Spirit, Flying Vigilance, Waterbend 5. You may cast a non-creature spell from your hand without paying its mana cost. So, yeah, the Waterbend is going to be slightly different for... okay, we got a double rare here. Hakoda, Selfless Commander. Yeah, it'd be slightly different for each of the different waterbending. It's not... like firebending where it's the same exact thing every time. Full art planes. Fortune Teller. Okay, the Secret Tunnel. This land can't be blocked. Okay, well, if there ever was a card built for the new Earthbending, this is it. It can't be blocked. So if you Earthbend 4, you have a 4/4 unblockable creature. Pretty cool. Okay, this is one of the commons that, let's take a quick look at the water skin here. You get to untap it during each other player's untap step. So pretty powerful for a common. And it adds up quickly, having that additional mana available on other turns. Pretty powerful. Pretty powerful common. Let's see. Forest. Ruffians, foil. Okay, Soka. Tenacious Tactician. Menace. Prowess. Other allies you control have menace and prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 ally. Okay. Okay, pretty cool, pretty cool. I'm loving the art there. Is that supposed to be showcase, or is that borderless or whatever? I'm not even sure. The Mayor Tong of Chin Village. Okay. Your opponents can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Now this is one of the cards from the Eternal. Alright. And they're all, I mean, technically that's a mythic, so we got another mythic. That's awesome. There we go. Take a quick peek here. It's not even on the first page, but it's still pretty cool. Cool to get a card from the Eternal. Let's see, what do we have left here? So 3, 6, 9. Okay. We got 11 packs left, but plenty of time. Plenty of time to hit a foily badgermole cub. There we go. Swamp. Corrupt Official, foily. Azula, Cunning Usurper. Firebending 2. When it enters, target opponent exiles a non-token creature they control. When they exile a non-land card from their graveyard, then they exile, okay. During your turn, you may cast cards exiled with Azula, and you may cast them as though they had flash. Mana of any type can be spent together. That is a mouthful, but yeah. Pretty interesting there that a black and blue creature had firebending too. That's interesting. Boiling Rock. Momo. Foily. The Secret of Bloodbending. Okay, we got another mythic. Let's go. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may waterbend 10. Okay. And then remember, so with waterbending, you can tap, I believe it's other creatures or artifacts to pay that 10. You control target opponent during their next combat phase. If the spell's additional cost was paid, you control that player during their next turn instead. Exile Secret of Bloodbending. So you can't replay this at all, exile it. Okay. Interesting. That's an interesting mythic. That might see some more play in Commander, but that would be very difficult to pull off in a standard game. I'm not sure how. Maybe if you had a bunch of treasure tokens or something, but tough to pull off in a standard game. Earthbend, foily. Aang's Iceberg, okay. Flash this in. When this enchantment enters, exile up to one other target non-land permanent until this enchantment leaves the battlefield. It also has Waterbend. Sacrifice this enchantment if you do scry 2. Okay, so another different type of waterbend ability there. Well, we have been racking up the mythics so far, and I don't want to complain about foil. Here we go. We got Appa in the foily mythic, the Steadfast Guardian. There we go. Flash flying. When Appa enters, airbend any number of other target non-land permanents you control. And whenever you cast a spell from exile, create a 1/1 ally creature token. So the idea is here is to airbend a majority of your stuff. And then when you bring, oh, we got the double mythic pack, folks. Here we go. Here we go. The Legend of Roku. All right. Double mythic pack. Let's go. Exile the top 3 cards of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play those cards. Add 1 mana of any color. Exile this saga, return it to the battlefield. Let's see what it does. Avatar Roku. Firebending 4. Create a 4/4 red dragon token with flying and firebending 4. So this could get out of control pretty quickly. And you obviously had the 4 mana to begin with when you played the saga. So you already have the 4 plus you get the 4 from when he attacks. So we also have another. You know what? That's a lot of writing on there. Let's. I know that's rare, but so what I was trying to explain was when you play the first part of that card, you already have the 4 mana, and so you're going to have the ability to make those tokens, and then with each dragon token has firebending itself. So you're just gonna start racking up these tokens, and unless your opponent has the response, amazing card, really strong card. Kayoshi, foiling. Alright. Anga, Kiela. This land enters tapped unless you control a basic land. Draw a card, then do. Okay, it's good. It's good for filtering out your deck and just moving things along. Ozai, the Phoenix King, another mythic. Let's go! I think I'm breaking a record here for the amount of mythics that I've opened here. Trample, firebending 4, haste. If you would lose unspent mana, that mana becomes red instead. Ozai has flying and indestructible as long as you have 6 or more unspent mana. Wow. Okay, that's incredibly strong. Really strong card. White Lotus Hideout. Firebending Student. We got the Foily Rare. Okay. We got the Tea Shop. Add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast an ally spell or activate an ability of an ally source. Oh, they brought shrines back. Okay, they're bringing shrines back. I believe there's 1 of each color. And there might be a colorless one as well. Oh, Southern Air Temple. Okay. Foily Foggy, Swamp Vinebender, Soka, Bold Boomeranger. Enters just card up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards whenever you cast an artifact or lesson spell. Put a +1/+1 counter on Soka. Okay. He could Soka could be building up those counters pretty quickly. Foily Full Art, there we go. Obsessive Pursuit. When this enchantment enters, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life and create a clue token. Whenever you attack, put X +1/+1 counters on target attacking creature, where X is the number of permanents you've sacrificed this turn. If X is 3 or greater, that creature gains lifelink until end of turn. Interesting. Okay. Double rare pack. We got the Bounty Hunters. And whenever a non-land creature you control dies, you get to earthbend X, where X is that creature's power. Okay, we're getting down. Last two packs. Stop. Are we going to get the badgermole? Wolfbat, foily. Firebending student, okay. Firebending X, where X is this creature's power. So with prowess, even a small, one cost spell, then you could cast something for 2 with the firebending. It's pretty strong. Day of Black Sun. Each creature with mana value X or less loses all abilities until end of turn. Destroy those creatures. Okay. Board wipe. Good. That sounds like a pretty good wipe. Dai Li, Agent. So this is only the second card that we've had that's been borderless there. Dai Li. Alright. Last pack. Let's get that last pack magic. Let's go. Last pack. Island. War Balloon, foily. Fire Nation Palace. This land enters tapped unless you control a basic land. Target creature you control gains firebending 4 until end of turn. Okay, pretty strong. Zhang. Okay. All right, that was Avatar: The Last Airbender. Tell me what you think about the new bending abilities. So we have air bending, water bending, earth bending, and fire bending. And they each have their own unique style, and it'll be difficult to try and get used to it, but we're making the world's most complicated game a little more complicated, and that's fine. It also makes it a little more fun and engaging with the different types of bending. So we opened up some pretty strong cards. I'm not sure if we broke even or not. And let's see. What did I pay for the box? I paid... What did I pay for the box? I'll have to do a little research on what I paid for the box, and then we'll see. I'm going to tally everything up, and we'll see if we got close to that total or not. But until next time, it's the Magic Truck Guy. I hope subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I hope you have a great day. Take care.